Now you tell me, in the akhirah, people who didn't try to save themselves, believers who didn't try to save themselves, were called alladhina kafaru, yes? They were called alladhina kafaru. But we can't call them alladhina kafaru. I can't call myself alladhi kafara in this dunya. What's the term for them in this dunya? People who claim to believe and still don't do anything to save themselves. Munafiq. So he may be a munafiq in dunya, but in akhirah he's labeled a kafir. And so in the spiritual sense, as far as Allah is concerned, they're one and the same. They're not two different categories. What does he say in the next ayah? Ya ayyuhan nabi, jahidil kuffara wal munafiqina waghlud alayhim. Prophet, struggle against the kuffar, which is obvious. Struggle against the munafiqeen too. One and the same. The problem isn't they're not with him on the battlefield. That's not what the problem is in this surah. The problem is they don't care about saving themselves. They don't care about saving their families. They got other stuff on their mind. Well, they're a liability then to this entire mission. They're a liability. You struggle against them. وَغْلُظْ عَلَيْهِمْ, and take a harsh stance against them. وَمَأْوَاهُمْ جَهَنَّمْ, and their final place is the place to take refuge for them is Jahannam. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ, and what a horrible place to go back to that is. At the end of all of this, I want you to appreciate something before I end it. Oh, maybe I'll wait till the end. Yeah, I'll wait. At the end of this surah, Allah mentions 3 women. 3 kinds of women. Not 3 women, but 3 kinds. There's 4 women, but 3 situations. The first situation mentioned is ضَرَبَ اللَّهُ مَثَلًا, Allah gave the example, Allah struck an example, لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, in case of those who disbelieve. إِمْرَأَةَ نُوحٍ وَامْرَأَةَ لُوطٍ, the wife of Nuh and the wife of Lut. If you're going to save your family, then the essential unit of the family is the wife. It's the wife. Because she is actually the family. She's the mother of the children. She's the dignity of the husband. She's holding the household together. The central unit of the family is the wife. Actually, in some opinions of language, ahl is actually wife itself. Ahl is first and foremost its wife itself. Okay? And in this case, there are sometimes marriages that don't go well as far as iman is concerned. They're not compatible. And in this case, you have some of the best human beings, men, and some of the worst women, they're married to each other. Allah is saying if prophets were not spared from troubled marriages, then you're going to have some trouble too. You can have that too. But that doesn't mean you will be judged as a couple. You have to try to save yourself and your family from hellfire here. Try to do so here. But in the akhirah, each of you, كُلُّهُمْ أَتِيهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَرْضًا. Every one of you will come alone. Everyone will come alone. Your husband's not an excuse. You won't go in front of Allah, Ya Allah, he was not praying much, so I didn't pray much, so this is not going to work. Not going to work. إِمْرَأَةَ نُوحٍ وَامْرَأَةَ لُوطٍ, the wife of Nuh and the wife of Lut. كَانَتَا تَحْتَ عَبْدَيْنِ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا. They were both under 2 slaves of ours. 2 of our slaves. صَالِحَيْن, which both were righteous. فَخَانَتَاهُمَا, and they violated both of their trusts. You know, the Shi'i interpretation of these ayat is that they committed zina. We don't say that. We say that they violated their trust in that the prophets, they kept the secrets of the prophets and gave them to the disbelievers. They weren't loyal to their husbands in the sense that they helped the disbelievers against the missions of their own prophets, alayhi salatu wasalam. So they weren't supportive in the cause. And that's more in line with the theme of the surah also. The Prophet ﷺ needs absolute support at home so he can do his work. And so Allah gives the example of these horrible, horrible women that were, that were terrible to their husbands. By the way, the verb is khana yakhunu khiyanatan. Khana yakhunu khiyanatan. And khana has nothing to do with my last name. Okay? Khana in Arabic means he was dishonest. But it's not, don't say normally khana. It's normally khan. Nu. It's rafa. It's not a fi'il. Okay? That's not an Arabic word. But anyway. فَخَانَتَاهُمَا, then they were both dishonest to them. فَلَمْ يُغْنِيَا عَنْهُمَا مِنَ اللَّهِ شَيْئًا. Then it didn't benefit them. What didn't benefit them against Allah at all? Their status. Married to a prophet didn't come to their benefit. They figured they could do whatever they want because they're married to prophets. So, I mean, they must have some, you know how the president, first lady benefits?
They figured there must be some first lady benefits for being the wife of a prophet. Allah says it didn't benefit them at all. Those connections didn't help. You have no connections. أنقذي نفسك من النار فإني لا أملك لك من الله شيئا. Allah tells the Prophet ﷺ tells Fatima radiallahu anha, save yourself from fire, I can't help you against Allah. He tells his wife, save yourself from Allah, I can't help you. وَقِيلَ ادْخُلَ النَّارِ مَعَ الدَّاخِلِينَ. And it was said, enter fire, both of you, along with those who enter. You see, the Ma'iyah is mentioned again. Ma'iyah with those who are with the Prophet heading to Jannah, and then those who are with those others who enter hellfire. Allahumma la taj'alna minhum.